What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the 99th episode of the Movie Mob Podcast. I am very excited for this.
That's crazy, bro.
Joining me in studio is the lovely and gloriously handsome Matt Sampson.
Man. Hey, since day one, since episode 1.
And you haven't lost, on my scale of 1 to 10, you've stayed right in the same spot. 3. And back there behind them, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Behind the cameras and everything is our awesome producer, Josh. Josh, thanks for being here. How's it going? Going very well, man. It's going good. And live all the way from Gotham for the 99th episode and every episode, RJ Carreri.
No adjectives today.
No, none. What can you say about
the
greats?
I'd rather none than lie.
I was gonna say, what can you say about the greats besides that they're great? You know, isn't it implied, the adjectives?
You didn't even say great.
I didn't. I thought it was implied.
It's implied.
I thought it was implied.
You know.
Well, you know, RJ, you know what's not great is our first topic of the day, which is the Oscars. Last night was fucking. There was some. It was a little ridiculous, if you ask me.
What do we
some
expect?
Respects.
I feel like we complain about it every year, and we continue to watch it.
We do continue to watch it, and I think the only saving grace here. We can go down the list a little bit and sound off some stuff. I'd like to do a little bit of an overview of the whole thing, but I will say that it was a nice clean sweep for Anora, which even though the budget was higher than, you know, some other indie films, it was still an indie film. It was a $6 million film as opposed to a $600 million film, you know? And they won a lot of awards, and the director had a bunch of different speeches, and everything was kind of, it was like the Movie Mob Podcast in speech form over and over again.
Yes,
Go to the theater.
Yeah.
Indies where it's at. I mean, it was a lot of like what we talk about, and it was really validating and nice to hear on an Oscar stage.
And Brookline's own hosting.
Yeah.
Oh, from Brookline.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Conan O'Brien.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It just shows you how much I was into it.
Conan was funny. He had a couple of different funny lines and a couple of quips. I heard his opening monologue was good.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't watch. The only thing I watched was Conan's opening monologue.
How did you feel about it? Because RJ and I turned the Oscars on an hour into it.
Yeah, so I can't tell you about the Oscars, but just about Conan's monologue.
Yeah.
I thought it was solid.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, me and RJ are long-time Conan fans, you know?
Yeah.
He's really the only talk show host I think I actually enjoy watching.
Yeah, my brother is very into Conan.
Yeah, he's the best. For a monologue, I thought it was good. It was cute. He kept it, kind of silly and light. Took some shots at,
He didn't get political.
No, he didn't get political.
Well, not during the opening monologue.
Well, he had one.
Chalamet.
He only had one the whole show.
He did the thing with Adam Sandler, which I thought was cute. No, it was funny. It was cute. He kept it light. Yeah, I like Conan. I thought it was fun.
He had some digs.
Compared to Kimmel, only one political comment. I take that as a win.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I feel like he would have been attacked in Hollywood if he didn't make a single one. Like if he didn't mention it at all, people would have said, right.
Exactly.
Because Kimmel, you feel how you feel, but Kimmel makes his whole spiel is now politics. And it's kind of like you get sick of it.
Well, it's not. It's just kind of annoying,
and it's kind of cheap, and it's very annoying. And Conan doesn't do it. You know, Conan's just is just himself. You know, his whole aura is funny.
True.
Like even they were doing.
He just goes off his personality.
Exactly. Like he's dancing on stage, and before he did like a preview or whatever, it was like a commercial for the Oscars. He's like, Boston's first host since Bobby. Like just shit like that. It's like, I don't know. I find it funny.
He did a few SNL type skits. I don't know if did you see the one, Nick, where he was pitching movie theaters as it's a new idea?
No, I didn't see it. Was it funny?
I gotta send you that. It was funny. He was like, I got this brilliant idea. You go and they stream the movie and you're in a room with people and you don't have to hold your phone. It's funny.
That's great. I like that. Yeah, and you know what? It's true. Like, why not? We should get back to going to the theater. It used to be, a nice thing to do. And it is what it is, I guess. We're figuring it out little by little. Yeah. He did have some other quips throughout the night. He commented on the Drake and Kendrick drama.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah.
Clip of that.
He commented on that chick from Amelia Perez. She was tweeting some nasty comments about the Oscars, and then and he made a joke and said, if you're going to tweet about this later, remember my name is Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Very funny.
What? Not to get into it already.
No, go for it. We're talking about the Oscars.
I think that proved Hollywood has no idea what the hell they believe in.
Yeah,
because she says all these things, right? This is like they're caught in the Matrix right now with this woman because she's transgender, obviously, right? That's the big thing. But then she said all these like racist comments on Twitter.
Yeah,
and
so they don't know what to do.
So they're like, what do we do?
Right.
And then like he makes that joke and they all clap for her. She's there. You know, it's awkward. It's just hilarious. I think it's funny that they're caught in the trap.
I think it's insane. And this is the thing that's so annoying to me about this political bullshit in general. It's a room, you got the Oscars is a room full of multi-million-dollar and billion-dollar people sitting there and talking with each other about how fucking great they are. That's what it was.
Yeah, everyone's sucking each other's dick.
You're not wrong.
And no, Matt, I would agree with you that they're sucking each other off, except they're usually sucking off somebody underage.
Yeah.
Okay? So it's like, to me, it doesn't really matter who these people think they are. And I find it the hypocrisy of their bullshit political stances absolutely hilarious. And Ricky Gervais said it at the best at the Golden Globes. Thank you, Mom and your God, and get the fuck off stage. You know what I mean? Like, shut up.
Yeah, no
and they have the audacity to continue to throw a QR code asking for money.
It's pathetic, RJ. It's absolutely pathetic. Yeah. Now, this is part of the reason I was so happy that Anora won, because his message has nothing to do with Trump or fucking Ukraine or any of this other bullshit that's going on. It wasn't identity politics. He's solely focused on getting people to a theater and getting people to watch indie films, and it's so important, and I fucking love that guy for it. I really do.
Well, because that's what the Oscars is, right? It's a celebration of movies. That's when it's at its best. It's not a social commentary stage, you know? It's,
right, or identity politics central.
People watch movies, they watch sports to get away and forget the real world.
Sure.
You just want to forget about
and
the
we'll
real
talk about
world
that later.
for 2 or 3 hours and just get lost. And, you know, the last thing you want to hear about is the stresses of real life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why,
Great
like,
point, Matt.
That's like Bill Burr talks about, like, sports, like, like charities. Bill Burr's like, I don't want to see any charities in sports. I just want to watch men kill each other for 2 hours.
Sure.
You know, and he's right. You just want to get lost.
Yeah. No, it's true. Like, why? You know, why? We already get it. You're a celebrity. You're the best looking people in the world. You know, you're up there getting a golden statue after making millions of dollars on a film. Like, we get that aspect of it. So just play the part. Yeah. Just fucking do your job. You know what I mean?
No, for real.
Get up, part of your job. Be grateful
you can do what you do, and like
right. You like what do you do for a living? You play pretend. You say some words that are written on a couple of pieces of paper in front of a camera. We do that too. We don't make millions yet. Subscribe, because we should someday.
There you go.
Yeah, but like, you know, and then you have the political climate. Then can we comment? And yes, I'm gonna be mean because fuck the Oscars. That's why. Can we comment on the what was that song, RJ? We were texting last night. They were singing the discount dollar store. Adele was up there singing. They had this ridiculous tribute. So ridiculous James Bond thing. Go ahead, you do it, RJ. Go.
It was a James Bond tribute. So I got a little lost. I think they were honoring the Broccoli family. Yeah. They won some award. Yeah. I think it also was related to, not a coincidence, that they just sold Bond, right?
No shit.
I think that kind of confirms it. So in many ways, it felt like a funeral for the franchise, I think, rather than an honor.
It was right before the memoriam.
Because they thought it was a good idea to have Doja Cat sing "Diamonds Are Forever."
Oh, Doja Cat was there?
Yeah.
How'd she do?
Well, that's what
not good.
Okay.
Not great.
Like, it wasn't awful, but not great.
Okay, let me tell you. When Adele sings Skyfall, the whole fucking room is weeping, okay? When Doja Cat was up there, and it was like, there's a problem with the mic, right?
See, I like Doja Cat, but I wouldn't pick her for that. You know,
no,
for that.
That screamed to me they couldn't get anyone. Like, who were those other two? I mean, I knew Doja Cat, but who were the other two? Never heard of them before.
Nobody, okay?
Yeah,
it was really unfortunate.
And to have a no-name sing Adele's song, arguably the best Bond song ever.
Yeah, crazy to me. Absolutely wild.
Dua Lipa was busy, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess, but like, why was Adele not singing it? It's Adele's song. It's not like she's dead.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
They should have got an A-list name.
Yeah, what the fuck? Why would you not have somebody in there who sang the fucking Bond songs? It's listen.
I think she knows better.
You're probably right. You're probably right.
Yeah, everyone turns it down. Don't want to do that shit.
What's it called?
But how stupid was it overall? I think you agree, Nick, that like, I think that would have been a perfect opportunity to be the next if the award after would have been, and now presenting the next award, the next James Bond.
It would have
been sick.
It would have been a prime moment. You know why they can't do it, RJ? Because the whole point of what they were doing was to the Broccoli family, who just sold James Bond for $1 billion. So they couldn't, and I think it would have been cool, but it also would have been a little, not that I would give a fuck, but it would be a little like shady to kind of rub that in their face and be like, here's the next James Bond. And by the way, you guys just lost James Bond, the franchise. You know,
it would have took over tonight.
James Bond, Jeff Bezos.
Right. Well, literally though. Yeah.
Amazon. Yeah.
I think in his dick-shaped rocket. You know what I mean? Did you hear Katy Perry is going to be going up in the rocket?
Katy Perry. He likes Katy Perry?
Katy Perry is going up there. And I said, great. Stay.
Go ahead. Keep her there.
Yeah, yeah.
Keep
her up and enjoy your home. Go live on Mars.
She's got some bang. Come on, California girls. It's a great song.
Yeah, that was fucking 30 years ago.
Yeah,
that came out.
When she was.
Yeah. All right.
Simpler times.
How about Hot and Cold? Hot and Cold.
It's a good song, too.
I'm hot and cold on Katy Perry. Anywho, it doesn't matter. They were a bunch of nobodies up there. And then they did this in memoriam thing. And RJ, I know you have something to bitch about with the in memoriam, but I have something to complain about too. That girl who just died, who was in 17 again, Trachtenberg or whatever.
Gossip Girl. Yeah, they didn't
wasn't
put her in, right?
even included in the in memoriam, and she died like 3 days before.
She passed away?
That's not great.
And, how fucking dumb is it? You're out there preaching about you're more concerned with politics and Ukraine and all this other bullshit. We're there to like watch actors get accept awards for their performances and stuff, and they're supposed to do it in memoriam. And let me tell you, some of those producers and some of those these are the best pictures you could find of these people. They look like overexposed, blown out fucking pictures from a weird company Christmas party from 1985. Some of these pictures, it was crazy. I thought it was one of the worst in memoriams ever. The only saving grace, I'll say, and then RJ, when you say the only saving grace was Morgan Freeman's speech about what's his name?
Gene Hackman.
Gene Hackman.
His speech about Gene Hackman was beautiful in the beginning, and he's an actor, but he was getting a little teary-eyed there, and you could tell it was a friend of his that he lost. And
Unforgiven.
It was a cool moment. That was the only thing about that I
was going to ask if they did Gene Hackman. I mean, he's a legend. Hoosiers, Unforgiven.
They did, but they really, and I think it was because it was so recent that they did a lot of Gene Hackman stuff. But RJ, go ahead. How do you feel about the in memoriam?
Well, I feel like the in memoriam is never good, right? I feel like everyone complains about it. Either they complain about the song choice or someone missing. So, I feel like that's always going to get heat. I do think like David Lynch was such a big influence,
and he got one as little a director one slide
to have him like a little slide. I think they should have done an entire let's not do a James Bond tribute. Let's do a David Lynch tribute. Let's not do
would have made more sense.
Right. So, and also not that I mean Quincy Jones is a legend as
well.
But
you're getting racist.
He's a music legend.
Be careful. You're verging on racism here.
No, but I'm saying he's a music. Why didn't they do the Grammys?
Yeah, nobody fucking knows, RJ, because they're all dumb. That's why. Because the show sucks. The Oscars means nothing. They don't celebrate anything. And the people that do get celebrated, we can talk about this too, since it's more of a generic thing here. Fucking Adrien Brody has the record for the world's longest ever Oscar speech at 5 minutes and 40 seconds. And how fucking rude can you be?
The pianist.
How rude can one person be to tell the people, shut off the music? I've done this before. This ain't my first rodeo.
He did it his first speech, too. Did you know that?
Yeah. What the fuck is that, dude?
Yeah,
can I say, I didn't think he was very good in Peaky Blinders, just for the record.
Dude, he was, first of all, and listen, having some sense of decorum and some sense of shame is very important to me, okay? I don't know why. Optics are very important to me.
Yeah, understandably so.
You're sitting there in the audience, Adrien Brody, chewing gum, and then you get up to go accept your award, take your gum out of your mouth and throw it at your wife like a fucking idiot, okay?
Did you see what he did before the show, too?
That's crazy.
With Halle Berry?
Yeah.
Halle Berry walks up before the show when they're on the red carpet to interviews and plants like a 30-second kiss on Adrien Brody in front of his wife. And
I gotta look this up now.
What the fuck is going on
and he didn't
right
do
now?
Anything.
Wait, who initiated?
She did, but he leaned back in and pulled her in, and they were fucking making out for like a 10-second kiss.
I guess they did that in the first Oscars in 2004. But
the first Oscars was 1929.
That guy.
The first Oscars was 1929. Just FYI.
Adrien had a good night, huh? Jeez.
Yeah, fucking 2003. 2003, they kissed, I guess, and then they kissed again.
If you're gonna, no, sorry, I was gonna say if you're gonna have that long of a speech, you better make it good. And it just felt like he was rambling.
It wasn't a speech.
Yeah.
It wasn't a speech.
No, really, it was not good.
I want to say, if you're going to give a 6-minute fucking speech at an awards show, you take the paper out of your pocket and I want to see it unfold and fall in front of you like a CVS receipt. I don't need you fucking standing there rambling on about othering and anti-Semitism. Fucking you made a movie, all right? Nose. Who knows? Adrien Brody's nose. That's who fucking knows.
You got big nose.
Oh my God, that pissed me off. And the thing that really pissed me off is that I watched the Oscars on fucking Hulu, okay? Number one.
Yeah.
And because Hulu had a set time parameter, because the Oscars are scheduled, it's on cable, it's supposed to be an hour and a half, whatever it was. Adrien Brody's speech was so long that if you were watching the Oscars on Hulu, you didn't get to see the last 2 awards because their time slot ended and the stream cut out. What a fucking waste of time. Oh my God.
And I think it's just disrespectful to do that, especially when all these other more not minor awards, but the ones that people don't talk about as much get like booted off the stage with music.
Yeah.
Like they cut the mic off for that. I think it was the production design award for Dune 2. The poor guy. They had 30 seconds.
Two out of 3 people
talking, and they cut the mic.
2 out of 3 people were able to talk about the production design on Dune Part 2. They're thanking everybody, all the stuff. The bald guy walks up to the mic, and they cut it off, and then they started to put the music on. And I thought it was absolute bullshit. That was fucking crazy, bro. You had to move him off the stage as his first Oscar, as his first award that he's winning. And by the way, let's be honest here. I would say that the awards for things like sound and production design and all these other ones that you never get to see who these people are, they're never famous. The Oscars are
get the most time.
Way more important for people like them than fucking Adrien Brody, who's all over everything, getting praise and accolades and awards all the fucking time. Don't get me wrong, RJ. I have a lot of, I say this all the time. I got a lot of respect for actors. But the people behind the scenes matter so fucking much, and they never get recognized anywhere except for at the Oscars, and like whatever, the sound, music people, they get recognized other places. But this is a moment for them that this is the only moment. This is the only moment that they get, and they get fucking cut off and shoved away, right? The production designers that rebuilt the fucking Vatican and everything else, they get shoved away so that you can have people like a musician like Quincy Jones. You got to have a fucking in memoriam for an hour with Whoopi and Oprah, who's dressed like a man, screaming. Fuck it, dude. It really aggravates me. I don't like this shit.
Let it out, brother.
No, I don't like this shit because there's nothing out there. And thank God Anora won. Thank God that guy was able to preach the shit he was able to preach.
Wait, can I say, RJ, did you see Anora?
No, I've been meaning to watch it. I think it sounds like a movie you'd like as well.
I was going to say, I went through all the Oscar-nominated best films. The only one I think I saw was Dune 2, and I'm like, I think I would like it. I'm going to watch Anora.
Now, I will say...
Anora review coming next week.
Yeah, let's do it. Why not? Right. But we got to talk about next week.
The week after next week.
Conclave as well.
Yeah, Conclave I'd like to watch. But I will say that it was nice to see Sebastian Stan there for nominated for 2 for the Apprentice and for... my God in heaven, the face one, a different man.
He didn't get nominated for that though for the Oscars.
No, but it was just I've watched both of those films now, and they were both really well done, and I was impressed by both of them. And I don't know,
Chalamet too nominated for two movies.
Yeah, Chalamet was up there. Yeah.
Highlighter. How about Kieran Culkin? Emmy last year, Oscar this year.
Good for him. I'm all about it.
That's awesome.
Apparently, Kieran Culkin told his wife, he made a deal with his wife that if he won the Oscar, he could have a 4th child. And part of his acceptance speech, he said, "All right, honey, how about we get cracking on those kids?" I thought it was so funny. That was great.
Yeah.
And good for him.
No, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying good for him. That's all. Go ahead. Go.
No, we love Kieran. He always has like the off the cuff speeches too, which are funny. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I thought it was great that every time Dune won, they all shouted out Denis, who got shafted, not nominated for Best Director.
Yes.
When I don't think it's even a question. He's probably the best director that was in that building.
How can you be nominated?
Over Robert Eggers, you think?
Was Robert Eggers even there?
Oh
I
yeah,
do
they
think he's
showed.
better than Robert Eggers, though.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. I got a thing for.
Well, as of now, Robert Eggers is still new gen.
Yeah, he's
you
young.
know?
How could you be nominated for Best Picture but not Best Director? You made the movie.
Thank you, Matt.
You know what I mean?
Thank you, Matt.
And especially a guy. It's not like he's a no name. It's like that's like a big dog.
Mm.
You know what I mean? I was watching Sicario last night. Fucking great movie.
Nice.
You know, it's an airy. It's an airy film. Benicio del Toro. It's good.
I'm hoping that they give Dune Messiah the Lord of the Rings treatment.
Thank you.
Where, like, Return of the King, the last one, got all it like swept.
Yeah, if it bangs,
because it was kind of
If it
so
bangs,
hopefully maybe then Dune will get its recognition.
Can I say I'm honestly surprised no Austin Butler nominated. Maybe he just did so good at the Elvis they wanted somebody new, but he was awesome in Dune too.
So it's a weird toss up, and I have a thing with this too. If you're a fantastic actor, okay, and you do a clean sweep one year, and the next year you do really good films again, just because you won last year doesn't mean you shouldn't win this year.
That's what I'm saying with Austin Butler.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like he had an amazing, an insane 2023. Like he won 2023. And he was still really good. Like he could have got a nomination this year.
I'm just saying, like, imagine if it was the Olympics and you bust your ass and you go in year after year and you win a gold medal, and the next year they go, well, you won a gold medal last year, so you're not going to win one this year. What a fucking waste of time.
Did Austin Butler win though? I think he lost.
No, he didn't win anything.
Yeah, that he lost Frazier.
He was just nominated for everything, right?
Yeah, Frazier. Yeah, put the fat suit. By the way, I watched The Whale. It was a good movie. I liked it. I didn't mind it.
Give it to Elvis.
The whale definitely resonated with me.
Come on, man.
RJ. Someday I'll be stuck on a couch somewhere screaming at the TV.
Come on, man.
But to your point, Matt, about Austin Butler, I feel like too a lot of people have said that. I haven't seen A Complete Unknown, but a lot of people have said that Chalamet is better in Dune than he is in that movie.
Dude, I thought Chalamet was he was
biopic thing, music artist.
Yeah, right?
They love that.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Sometimes it's the role, not even the performance. It's just the role.
Yeah, what the fuck with Mick Jagger out there presenting for the best?
Oh, come on, we love Mick Jagger. What are you doing?
He's not a film. All right, whatever. That's fine.
They get whoever they can. If that's not apparent, I think they proved that tonight.
Yeah, it was fucking pathetic, man. That was rough.
And Wicked winning production design over Nosferatu and Conclave.
I couldn't even, it's just fucking insane. There's no one has any sort of like, and I don't mean to just bitch and complain, and I've been preaching about how I'm not a fan of the Oscars.
We're good at that, though.
We are good at bitching. But like, I wish they would prove me wrong. Like, I wish that I had watched the Oscars last night and said, you know what? I got nothing really bad to say. They did a great job, and I should eat my fucking words. But no, they always come through with their fucking bullshit, and everything's about Ukraine. We don't learn anything about the movies. The people that are important get swept aside. How about Ben Stiller with that fucking horrendous gag where he's coming up out of the fucking... All right. It was funny. I laughed a little bit, but then, like, you shut the guy up. We wasted all that time with his stupid introduction, and we cut the guy off with the speech.
I mean, there's no rhyme or reason. There's no logic.
There's no logic
whatsoever. They complain
whatsoever.
that it's too long, and then they do all these musical pieces. They literally cut out. You know how they usually perform every song that's nominated for best song? They cut that out this year, but then they have a James Bond tribute for 7 minutes and a Quincy Jones tribute. Like, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Yeah.
When they opened it up with, like, I think that Wicked performance was like a good 10-15 minutes.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, dude.
Yeah,
it's
crazy.
ridiculous. You know that the first Oscars ever, like the very, very first one, had 270 guests, and the entire ceremony lasted 15 minutes. The whole thing.
It's good.
15 minutes.
I like that. Yeah.
In and out.
Even just who won. Come up.
Even 2 hours is fine.
Sure,
like,
why
I get
not?
it with
Like,
commercials.
exactly.
But like 3.5, 4 hours, get the fuck out of here.
Right, exactly. It's ridiculous. And I don't know if like, I feel like the Adrien Brody thing, one of the things that pissed me off about it was I felt like people were looking at it like they think that was his, like, Will Smith moment. You know what I mean? Like, stop the music. I've done this before. Like, shut up, dude. Like, it wasn't, by the way, when Will Smith hit Chris Rock in the face, it wasn't a good thing. It wasn't a cool thing. It was like, you're an idiot. What are you doing? You know what I mean?
I think most people are pretty aggravated with Brody, though. Positive reactions to that.
Yeah. I thought it was,
I can't believe you're telling me he threw gum at his wife.
And he didn't throw it at her like in an aggressive way, but the fact that he was chewing gum got accepted for the award.
Yeah.
How about this? Swallow it. Shut up. You swallow the little piece of gum in your mouth.
To the side. You can like talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. These fucking guys.
He can do his bad Italian accent from Peaky Blinders.
It was so bad, dude. He took his. I couldn't believe it. He took his gum out of his mouth and then he just hucked it at his wife, and she didn't even catch it. She's going, "Oh my god!" Like this is what multimillionaires do. Are you fucking kidding me? This is the upper echelon. This is celebrity in America. It's embarrassing, dude.
Should give to Ralph Fiennes.
It's fucking embarrassing.
Voldemort.
Yeah.
Voldemort wouldn't have done that. You know?
No, he would have a Vatican.
Yeah,
you know, yeah.
His way to the stage.
Yeah, dude, it would have been horrible.
Right? Good movie.
I don't know. You're looking at these fucking people going, you're just a bunch of idiots, aren't you? You're just a bunch of.
It's just so like
out of touch.
It's so self-involved.
Yeah.
Spelliamus.
They're not celebrating the art. They're not celebrating the craft. It's just.
I will say, I feel like it's like, it's a mix. Like we said, there were great speeches like Sean Baker, but I think when you get to like some of those big stars, they're just like completely removed from reality.
Yeah, they're just out of touch,
Which is why I told Josh this morning when we came into the office, when we came in to get started on work. I said to date, Joe Pesci has the best Oscar acceptance speech of all time. All time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And he's out. And I thought it was beautiful.
And I remember that more than anyone else's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Stallone was good too. I don't remember what he said, but it was good.
Yeah.
I think the funniest part was seeing the Lisan Al Gaib, Cillian Murphy.
What'd
have
you
to
call
sit
me?
through Adrien Brody's speech.
Oh, yeah.
After he presented him the award. Meanwhile, I rewatched Cillian Murphy's speech. Great speech, like a minute.
He's the best. He's the fucking best. Cillian Murphy.
Yeah.
And everything.
I find, Adrien Brody, I will say, he's a talented guy, okay? He's a good actor, there's no question.
Yeah, Pianist, good movie.
He was in
Very good.
King Kong, one of my favorites. One of the movies that made me want to make movies. 2005, he was in.
Was that Peter Jackson?
Peter Jackson. Great movie.
Yeah.
And very well done.
All right.
That's about it, okay?
Yeah.
That's about it. We don't need you
He's had a really weird career.
Yeah, I don't need his. This is the thing that I've always hated about this stuff. I'll tell you this much. I didn't even like it when Marlon Brando sent the native down to accept the award for The Godfather. I wasn't a fan of that either. Don't make the Oscars a political thing, okay? You want to have a stance on politics. You want to make a movie or find a script and be in a movie and play a character that has a strong political message. I'm cool with that. You want to tell a story where there's a strong political message? Fine. I don't need your awards where we're celebrating how handsome you are and how much money you made to be about fucking Ukraine. Okay? I don't need that. That we get inundated, RJ, especially these days. Again, it's not about being political, whatever side you're on. But this is the Oscars. I thought it was about making fucking movies. I didn't think it was about, it's like you're on CNN, Fox, MSNBC, and then you go to ABC to watch the Oscars. Same fucking thing. It's another news show. Blow me already. Like, do we not care about the craft at all? What the fuck are we doing?
No, I think that's why, like you said, it was great that Sean Baker and Anora won so much.
Yes, it was wonderful because it was such a stark contrast from every other person who's like this upper echelon A-list whatever bullshit. Then you get somebody out there who was the only thing he was concerned about. The only thing Sean Baker talked about was going to a movie theater, remembering that indie films and indie theaters are important, and that's what started the industry. I mean, that's.
I'm gonna watch Anora.
I'm gonna get a fucking Anora poster. I'm not even gonna watch it. I'm just gonna get a poster and put it on the wall in here. Fucking movie.
I will say, I think this was the best outcome in terms of winning Best Picture because.
What are we doing?
I think it was a weak year. No, I mean, obviously, I agree. Dune was the best movie, but I didn't think it was gonna win.
Right.
But I think even if The Brutalist won, The Brutalist had like a $10 million budget too. It was pretty low budget. So I think either way, Anora and Brutalist, I think it's great that those two movies were in the running.
Yeah, I'll tell you this much. The Brutalist has had plenty of airtime now at this point, okay? You got a whole extra 6 fucking minutes.
That's fair.
What's it called? Why did they screw Denis this time? Like, what was the deal with that? Was there drama behind the scenes or something?
It's almost Scorsese-like, where he's like too good. It's like LeBron. Do you give LeBron MVP
you can't
every
give it
year?
to him every year. Get the LeBron treatment.
Denis will have his due. I'm hoping that when Messiah comes out, he'll get Best Director.
I mean, he only puts out bangers. I don't think there's ever been a director who every single one of his movies
he doesn't have a bad movie.
Look beautiful. He's a big vibes aesthetic guy, like Sicario, Blade, like they're all like.
And he's humble too, and they don't like.
No,
that,
he's a great. He honestly seems like a great guy too.
Why?
Yeah.
But see, this isn't that funny that if you're a good guy, or if you're on the good, if you're a good guy as opposed to a bad guy, right? You don't get recognized.
Denis.
If you're a fucking douchebag, you get to tell the technical director to shut the music off, and you have 10 more minutes of speech to give.
Right.
Fuck off with this shit.
But I will say, hopefully he'll win in 2 years, and that'll be nice. It'll be like a sweet moment, like Nolan was. It's nice when they finally get it.
Yeah, there was just a lot of things that didn't make any sense in this Oscars thing to me.
It's a mad city.
Yeah,
mad world, kid. Yeah, I didn't like the James Bond thing. Didn't make any fucking sense. It's not like they're not going to make James Bond movies. It was a tribute. Literally, it was
they're
a
going to make
tribute.
too many James Bond movies.
That's true. There's going to be too much. There's going to be influx of James Bond.
Yeah,
but like, did they do this at the Oscars when George Lucas sold Star Wars? No. Right. Did they do this when they sold any other franchise over to anybody else?
Amazon.
Lord of the Rings? Yeah, they sell it. No, they didn't. So why the fuck are they doing it with the Broccolis? Because they're billionaires now? Fuck off. Like, it's just so dumb, dude. It's so dumb to me.
And he's a British spy.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, well, no, we know 100% that the theme is anti-America. It's always anti-America, dude. It's pro-Ukraine, pro-British spy. Yeah, dude, what the fuck? You're going to celebrate that, but you're not going to celebrate Star Wars? Star Wars is an American staple in a galaxy far, far away.
I don't think Bond's ever been, like, anti-American.
Red, white, and blew up the Death Star, let me tell you.
Big Star Wars guy.
I am a big
The originals.
America's Bond is Ethan Hunt.
What about Jason Bourne?
I'm a big Ethan Hunt
guy. I feel like TC, he's got more movies now. He's
surpassed him.
Yeah.
Was he there?
I don't know.
Ethan Hunt, was he there?
I don't know.
And his movies are more like Bond-like, I feel like.
Very excited for Mission Impossible.
Oh
my gosh.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Great movies.
Yeah.
Bond's but I think overall, not great.
No, fucking shit show. It was horrible. I would put on a better awards show. I think that'd be great.
Yeah, the Dundies, our version of the Dundies,
Yeah, the Willies.
Oh, there we go.
We'll do it.
X-rated.
Well.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Blue Chew.
Depending how we want to go,
RJ and I, our text messages last night. You know what? RJ texted me last night. He said we should have live streamed it and gotten drunk. And
dude, I would have came, dude.
I know.
I would have came multiple times.
Let me tell you.
Let me tell you. Command.
On command. Let me tell you.
Command, bro.
Let me just say, thank God we didn't, because our channel would have been banned. It would have been fucking destroyed if we had live streamed it last night.
When we did do it 2 years ago, that was a lovely evening. It was really nice. We had Prosecco. Like, it was all of us. We all came. We hung out. That was a really nice. I still remember that.
And everyone left, and Nick and I just went off the rails.
Yeah, me and Sam left at like 10.
This is the problem. Is like when you and Sam left, and it was just down to me and RJ. I almost like the more you drink, the more you forget that you're on a live stream.
Yeah, you just kind of spew. You're just going.
We were just.
I think it was fucking. Dude, it was fucking 4 hours, and I remember I like went back home like the next day. I watched the whole fucking thing. It was hilarious.
Oh my god,
it was funny.
So
dude.
funny. What a great live stream that was. And we had people. RJ, we had the kids from Woodman's and everything. They were chatting in.
Yeah,
it was fun.
Our Austrian friends.
Oh yeah,
it was a good
Lorena,
time.
Lisa, and Emma. Shout out.
I would totally be down to do another live stream at some point.
But
it is. I'm not gonna lie. It is always more fun when everybody's here. Like if RJ was here in studio, that would be. Amazing.
Yeah, that would be the best.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? It is what it is. People make choices. Not all of them are good.
Hey now.
There were some choices made in White Lotus.
That's true. That's a great transition. That was
Thanks,
good.
Man. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. That's good.
Thank you.
So of course the stream gets cut because I was watching the Oscars on Hulu. And then I go over to White Lotus and I go, RJ, keep me updated, whatever.
Lotus.
And I tell RJ, I'm texting him, I go, White Lotus is so good. 10 seconds later, I'm like, fuck me. This is fucking.
Did you wait? I know exactly when you texted me, though. It was good. Was it when he was letting the snakes out?
Yeah, I like the snake thing. I like that he was smoking weed. But other than that, what are we doing?
I will say,
well, it's the same thing I said last episode. We continue to like not learn anything. Like, I think we know the exact same as we did before, right?
Well, we know that one of the women in the trio is now we've switched places now. The number 3 has become the number 2, and number 1 and 2 hate the number 3.
Yeah, they keep swapping. Everyone's here.
Well, now they've all talked shit about at least one of them. They've all gone off.
Yeah, but they had done that last episode.
No, but I'm saying like there's been every pairing talking shit about one other.
Yeah.
What's her name? The one the one that married money.
Leslie Bibb.
Leslie Bibb.
Yes.
Okay, so in episode 2, Bibb was
she had talked shit about
she had been done all the time, and she didn't have anybody talk shit about her.
Yeah,
because her and the number 3 they talk shit about the actress.
Yeah,
and her and the actress talk shit about the number 3.
So now they've all talked shit about each other.
Right. So we did, and it's interesting though because the actress they talk shit about
number 1,
her.
Michelle Monaghan.
Right, they talk shit about her, and the number 3 they talk shit about her looks. But Leslie Bibb seemed to be pretty level-headed, at least in my book, and they still found shit to talk about her. You know what I mean? I thought that was very interesting. RJ, how'd you feel about that? I gotta
go on a limb. I don't think they're really friends.
Yeah. You don't say. Well, you don't say.
I mean, there were actually 2 moments. It was kind of a build-up for me in terms of I've talked about this. I think the first movie we reviewed that this was an issue for me personally was Knives Out 2. They come in and they're all wearing the masks, and like the idea that they were escaping like COVID was a plot, like part of the movie, and then it kind of disappears. And I think we all agreed that it takes you out of the immersion of the show when you reference current things that are going on in real life. And like you said, Matt, too, this isn't even a political thing. It's just you watch these things, you sit down on Sunday night for an hour, you know, whether you like Trump or not or whatever is going on, like you hear enough of that shit during the day. Why the hell does anyone want to sit there at 9 a.m. on a Sunday or 9 p.m. on a Sunday night and hear that in the show they're watching?
Yeah, you kind of
especially when you've been already hearing it all day, every day for 6 fucking days.
It was kind of annoying, and I think too, I saw it coming though because when they're talking to the Russian kid, they referenced that he came there before the war. So that already placed it within our world, right? I'm assuming they were referencing Ukraine, Russia, right?
Yeah. I think
so
honestly,
just frustrating.
Go ahead. No, finish. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, I don't think that Mike White is going to like get too political with it. I genuinely think he's going to highlight how divisive that conversation is in real life. And I think he captured it actually perfectly. Like how people can be in that setting.
I thought Leslie Bibb.
I personally just don't like that. It's just in there in general.
No, I think you said that perfectly. Like he's not going to like expand on it. But like you're right. It just because like they really just needed something to kind of like go at her for to talk shit about, and they could have chose they could have chose anything. They could have made something up, but
it could have been. Honestly, it could have been. Oh, you're conservative. Like they didn't have to name drop.
Right.
Either,
sure. Right. Yeah. Exactly. And but like even still, like that is in and of itself, it's kind of divisive. And I thought that Leslie,
it's just you're asking.
Well, I thought Leslie Bibb's character handled it extremely well in the show. And again, this is Mike White's writing. He did a great job. I'm just saying, like she was like, do we really have to get into this? Right? Like seriously? Like that's a thing that
I think that's how the audience felt.
Right. Which I find interesting. So is it genius because you have the Hollywood liberal establishment people that are very obviously anti-Trump, and then you have this one character, but you got to think about it from the perspective of the writer too. Is the writer Leslie Bibb or is the writer the other two? You know what I mean? So I thought that was kind of interesting because typically they make I don't know. The show is pretty apolitical, I would say, generally speaking.
Oh, very.
Right?
This is really
That's
the
why
first
I think it was so weird.
Right. Exactly. But you got to look at it from the perspective of if Mike White was a crazy blue-haired nose ring lib, right? Would the scene have been written the same way? Because the way I would say the way that most liberal, very very liberal left-wing things portray Trump supporters is very aggressive.
Yeah.
Very, like gun-toting fucking, very aggressive.
I know what you mean.
So this subdued kind of
she played it cool.
It was very interesting, and it made me think a lot about the writing of it and the reason those choices were made.
She's just like, they're good people, good people.
Like they're not like bad
that's
people.
why I feel like I don't think he's going to take it to one side or the other.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think he's gonna examine the current state of the fact that we can't, even with friends, have a conversation about something like that.
Right.
Without,
And you know what? In retrospect, now talking about it, it's probably a good thing that it was included in there. It's a good thing to bring that conversation to light. And I guarantee you, when the guns go off at the end or whatever it is,
I got to think about that too.
If that's something that like brings the three of them together, and they realize that they don't have as many problems, you think maybe it's a good thing that Mike White put it in there. I'm serious. I'm not even kidding.
Speaking of the gun thing, no, actually, I think I got a take about who I think.
A different take than you've had?
I think it's Guy Talk. Is that his name? The security guard.
You think he shoots somebody?
Oh, you think so?
Oh, I just think he's so crazy for this girl, right? And he's and he's looking like a bitch, right? The other bodyguards are like making fun of him. You can tell it.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, he's a situation is gonna come up where Mook's I think this is my opinion. Mook's he's gonna try and impress Mook or go off something's gonna happen. I feel like he's gonna snap. I just feel like he's a guy you wouldn't think of because you think it's gonna be like, Walton Goggins or like somebody obvious, but I feel like he'd be like an under the radar pick. That's just my opinion,
Okay, so
and Matt, didn't they also kind of make reference that like the two security guard guys think he wants to be like them, and they both carry guns, right?
Yeah.
And Nick, I think you brought that idea up, maybe that they give him a gun after the robbery.
Right. Okay, so on top of that, I want to say I briefly mentioned to Matt right before we started recording that this is the first episode. I know we've only had 3, but this is the first episode, at least in this season, where there was a lack of nudity. So in the first episode, we had the Schwarzenegger had the he was there, and in episode 2, we had Walton Goggins, and he took the shirt off of the British.
I like that scene.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. So
no problem, man.
But in episode,
I love that chick.
In episode 3, we do get a little bit of sexual tension, but it's not just sexual tension. There was also a reference now, because I found this extremely interesting, RJ. There's a little bit of a relationship developing between the Thai masseuse and the black lady.
I would say it's confirmed on both ends now.
A little bit. There was a little tension there. Like,
I think a lot of tension.
And she goes, okay, good night.
Yeah, he was lingering. He's like, I should have said something else.
There was some lingering, definitely. But also, and then at the end when he's walking away and he goes, tipsy, tipsy.
No, you definitely
I think he's so great. I love that guy.
That was funny. No, and the episode before, she was like, on the top, on the bottom,
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I think there's tension.
But one thing that we saw as part of the treatments that she's getting, because she's learning how to give these treatments, he's holding her and she's floating in the water. And I thought that was very interesting.
Oh, no.
Very interesting. Because the body floated in the water, at the first episode as well. So I was like, ooh, little visual callback to the first episode. That could be very... I don't think it's her that dies, but it's just another like, hey, don't forget.
Oh, it's just a clever thing.
There's water involved here, Yeah. Mike White's big on the water. What the fuck with the water?
I like water.
Yeah.
Go
ahead.
I don't know if we're jumping around too much, but... I think we talked about.
Let's go back to the Oscars. Go ahead. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we'll jump. We'll jump everywhere. I'll jump off a bridge.
There you go.
I was about to after the Oscars last night.
I think we talked about last episode we think that maybe that prostitute or theorized prostitute that's with Greg Gary.
Yes.
Greg Gary.
Is going
to
try
Ross.
to like get it with Saxon to get at the money.
It seems like that's already happening.
But then, Nick, I want to get your opinion on this, especially. What do you think of that look that Gary gives the kid? Because it went, when they're at the table, they're looking across the table. She looks at Saxon.
Yes, Saxon looks back.
Gary sees them looking at each other. Then Gary looks at Saxon.
Did he? Or I thought he was.
He did.
Okay,
he did
so I was under the impression, that's a very interesting point you bring up. I was under the impression that the prostitute wife looked at Saxon because she invited him on the thing. I'm not done.
Oh, sorry.
Correct.
My bad.
But then I thought Gary was looking at the wife going, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I didn't see Gary.
He did, but then he looked at Saxon after.
Yeah, but was it like a real thing, or was it like that's my wife. That's my wife, you fucking
But he's
idiot.
gay, right?
Well, how the fuck would I know? What do we have we wear a patch on our arm? I didn't check his wallet. Doesn't have the card on him. What's that?
In season 2, he's gay, right?
Okay, that's fine.
the whole thing.
Right.
I'll just say
and Saxon's kind of weird, right?
Those dinner
Okay,
scenes.
why are we associating gay with weird? What the fuck?
No, I'm just saying
Settle
the way
down.
he acts, you don't know where he's going.
Yeah.
No, I'll just say my favorite dude. it's like basically every episode, like towards the end of the episode, they have those dinner scenes, and they're
Yeah, I
just
like
like
those
they're
dinner
just
scenes.
the looks and just the vibes is just tension underneath.
Let's
it's just
talk about. You
awesome.
want to talk about confrontation?
Yeah.
The black lady walks right up to Gary and goes, "Hey,
That was a good
Greg,
scene.
did you ever date a
Yeah.
woman named Tanya?" And he's like, "My name's Gary."
Yeah.
It's like,
No, that was a good scene. That was
That's
no, that's gonna
G's.
come up like something that's gonna come back up. Obviously,
of course it
Yeah.
is. Of course it is. And
That's
then
a
they
good
have
scene.
that weird
I think-
thing where he's staring at her, and then they
Yeah.
catch each other
Dude,
looking,
that's
and
like
they
the
look
dinner
away.
scenes, dude. There's looks, there's underlying tension, like
It's very
every
well
time,
done.
dude. It's fucking the dinner scenes are like, or maybe my favorite parts of the episodes.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
my favorite
Do
part
we
of this episode was sorry, just
No, go ahead, man.
was dude Lucius just like crashing out, dude.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I was like, I feel bad for bro. He's just losing it.
Yeah, dude, he's going off the deep
He's
end.
done.
A little bit.
Lucius
Well,
is
can we
done.
talk about that opening scene
Was
where
the
the wife has
Oh,
that
yes,
dream
yes,
of
yes,
her
yes.
with the pills walking into the water,
a lucid dream?
and then when
More
we
water.
bounce back, you have the son showing him the video of that guy getting swept up, and then he starts taking pills at the end of the episode. I mean,
It's
is
Lucius.
it too obvious to say that he's going to do that?
Lucius, yeah, he's cooked. Lucius is cooked.
My initial thought was like he's going to kill himself that way and he's taking the pills. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
maybe
it may
the-
be
okay.
too obvious.
No, but I mean, maybe the gunshots. Maybe no one dies from a gun. Maybe that happens, but it's
Yeah.
just Lucius. Just
maybe interesting.
Oh, that's a good point. That's why he's floating in the water. He gets swept up.
Lucius. I don't know, Lucius. I mean,
I feel like
I'm not gonna lie. I'm very
and they wanted to
entertained.
misdirect us. maybe.
He was my favorite part of
Same.
this episode. It's like
I
some-
agree.
It just reminded him. Him crashing out just reminded me of myself at work. Just very stressed, just uneasy, just really just
Well, there's a lot.
Go ahead.
There's a lot of association visual stuff with him in the water, like the shot of him in the shower
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff.
It's true.
So I don't know,
Yeah,
or
it's
maybe they're misdirecting us.
What about
you know?
what about the kid with the posture exam?
Yeah, I don't even know what
Yep.
the fuck's up with him.
Yeah, what's
Weird.
going on with
Weird,
him?
weird kid,
He's
timid,
just
very
he's
timid.
just a weirdo. He's very timid. He's
Mhm.
which makes no sense because the brother is so domineering
yeah.
and macho.
No, they're complete
and
opposites.
Complete
Mhm.
opposites.
Well, he's very much like trying to find himself. He's very unsure of him. You know what I mean?
I
Kinda-
actually, so you know me, RJ. I say this all the time. I love the minutia.
I do know you.
I love the small little details and things. I actually really liked the scene where where the daughter goes to the temple and the monk is on the laptop.
Yeah, I noticed that as well.
Yeah,
How
it's
about
great.
Friday?
They call him the
too?
MacBook
It's
monk.
all a fraud.
Yeah, MacBook monk. I like that.
That
Yeah.
is one thing I've noticed about the show. It's kind of like these young, especially these younger characters, like they'll go to like other cultures or parts of the world and kind of like idolize like their way of life, and then they kind of realize it's not everything you
Yeah.
think it is. I feel like Sydney Sweeney, that kind of
Everything's got their
happened.
problem.
Yeah. She's going into the temple, a little Kapkumka.
Yeah,
and
the monk's on his Mac.
the guy's like, "Excuse me, I'm on Facebook.
Yeah,
Give me
he's
a
probably
second."
playing
here."
Mario on his Mac.
Right,
you know?
whatever he's doing.
It's like
yeah.
everyone else.
Minecraft.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting. I love those little details like that.
Yeah, it was good.
And that was interesting. I feel like I'm missing something. Talking about the sun.
Let's go through. Well, Walton Goggins. I
Oh,
feel
the
like,
fucking Cobra thing. Can
I
we
think
talk
it's-
about this?
That's crazy.
yeah.
Have you guys seen Rambo 4?
No, I've only seen the first two.
That's the Vietnam one, right? That's when he
Rambo
goes back
4,
to Nam.
and I said as I'm watching it last night, I go, I'm sorry, and I may have to cut this out. I don't know. But right when Walton Goggins turns around and he goes, "Snake show," I went, "Oh, best in Thailand," because he does that in there's a snake show. Rambo works as the snake wrangler at a snake show in the movie, and they have one just like that. That fucking announcer guy in that scene
It was
is
so funny.
favorite character in White Lotus. He goes,
Yeah.
"Don't try at home." It was
That was-
so good.
Yeah.
Dude. It was
That was
so
funny.
So
fucking
good.
funny.
So good.
I love it, and those are
So
real. Those are real things that they
good.
that they have in Thailand. Those snake shows. They're real cobras.
Those
and
snakes
they're,
were real, right? The
Oh.
cobras.
fuck yeah, dude. The ones in the
Yeah.
pit, not the ones that Walton
Yeah.
was fucking with.
Yeah.
And I thought it was interesting that he was saying, he gets high, he smokes the weed, right? And then he's interested. He's going through with his wife and saying stuff like, "Oh, they should be set free," and she's calling him out. Why? So they can bite all the farmers? Like, what are you talking about, dude?
Yeah.
I love her. She's
No,
she is
she's
an
my
amazing
favorite. She's my
character.
favorite character. Chelsea, I think her name is. She's because he's just such like a prick, and she's just tried and true.
I just feel like even though, and RJ's mentioned this before,
She's lovely.
his storyline, Walton's storyline with the father that was murdered, and then he goes to his second therapy
I like
session.
his storyline. I like.
I do too,
Yeah.
but I want to know beyond beyond the murder of the father from when he was a little kid, I want to know why he's such a prick. Because there has to be Mike White is very good at character development. We have to, agree there. So at some point in their lives, he wasn't like that. She wouldn't be with him for no reason.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Maybe it's all the bad stuff he's done.
And she
He's
said,
got the money.
Okay, fine. But like, is it real? Is it really that much money that, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's something weird there.
Well, he's got a mystique to him too, I think.
Or I feel like he's a prick, but I feel like he's like not evil. You know what I mean? Like who's the other guy?
But that's what I'm saying. I want to know. I want to know what got them together because she's so devoted to him. I love the characters.
Yeah.
She's so devoted to him that he said, "I'm gonna have to throw you out a window," or he said something crazy like, "I'm gonna kill you."
I feel like it's like him being a prick is like a defense system for like kind of cutting deep with. You know what I mean?
That's fair. That's fine. But I'm saying her response to that was, "Then I'll follow you into the next life and the next life."
That's why I love her. She's a ride or die.
Yeah, I like
she
that.
is a ride or die. But you don't like. Okay, what I'm saying is, if he had been a prick when they met, then she wouldn't be a ride or die.
That's true.
It's like that developed over time, and I want to know what the catalyst for that was. I doubt it was the father's murder because he says that happened when he was a kid.
Yeah, he was young.
So
I think that line she says to me was a big like light bulb that she's gonna die.
Oh, come on, man!
Right?
Interesting. That's very.
I thought that was fortunate. I also think if we're gonna read between the lines, I think that whole snake sequence. I think he like felt a connection with the snakes. I think that he saw himself in it. I feel like he feels like he's in a box. He's like caged in. And that's why I still think that he might be like a hitman.
Okay.
He's like a killer. Yeah, and he can't tell anyone.
Very bad things.
That's kind of the vibe I got from that.
Right. Can we talk a little bit about Sweet Allah? Sweet Allah.
Oh, yeah.
She's got aura.
Yeah.
So the hotel manager, the dopey manager,
that guy
who wants to sing a song.
Guy's funny.
He wants to perform his music.
I like. He's funny.
You know,
he doesn't have a lot of screen time, but like, it's just stupid.
Nick, did you ever watch Zone of Interest? Did you end up watching that?
No. What is that on? I'll watch it. What is it?
That was it was from the Oscars last year, but it was the story about Rudolf Haas, the Nazi head of Auschwitz.
Yeah, he plays.
And that's the guy in the movie. Like, completely different role. Like, it's insane. If you watch that movie, you'd never think it's him.
Interesting. I
thought it
was
was
he plays a Nazi and he plays a goof in this.
That's very interesting.
Yeah,
okay.
No, insane.
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah,
I like that. I like when the people are completely different.
Fabian.
Yeah. So what's it called?
He was driving in the car. He goes, he's trying to get it right.
I thought it was so funny.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. So how do we feel, just back on Walton for a second, how do we feel about I'm a producer and I want you to meet with this director. The only problem is he's in Bangkok. And she goes, oh, I'm going to Bangkok tomorrow.
Maybe he thinks that's the guy who like killed his father, you know?
Yeah, I want to know where this is going. Like, why does he need to get to the husband?
What I think too.
There's going to be a connection there somehow.
There's going to be a connection there. I thought it was very interesting. They pulled up. Was it the younger son, or I think it was either the younger son or Saxon, but I think it was the younger son. Just go to the family real quick.
Yeah.
They pulled up the video of the tsunami from Thailand.
Oh yeah, it was the younger son. Yeah.
Where there's a guy standing there, and it's like, oh, he doesn't even move. He just took it.
Yeah.
Like, it just hit it with the wave. Very interesting. And it was in reference to the father, and the mother had the dream about the wave coming in and hitting everybody.
What I was saying earlier.
No, there's definitely a point of emphasis on that this episode.
Right. So I find that to be interesting. I would love to see some Bangkok, Thailand lady boy action. I feel like that'll be next.
That's what I thought we were getting in this episode.
Want some monkeys? I need more monkeys.
Yeah, this is kind of a flyover episode. It's kind of a Kansas episode.
I liked it, but it definitely was probably my least favorite.
So far, it was.
Yeah, but it's still good. I still love the aesthetic, the vibes. You know,
I feel like it's a difficult line to walk because I'm not a writer, but I'm just saying, when you have appointment television and people are all sitting on the couch at 9 o'clock at night on a Sunday every week and they're glued, it's difficult to start the season off with the masturbating with the brother.
Yeah.
And then on episode 3, you just dive deep. You just, kind of fall flat a little bit.
It's hard to have 8 bangers in a row. That's like when you binge watch a show, it's a little bit easier to have episodes like that.
Right, because you go, that one wasn't that great, but let's see what happens next.
Yeah, you just click. And then it's like you kind of like think, but you're right. When it's week to week, it's
It's difficult.
It's a little harder.
It's difficult. But even still, I will say overall,
I liked it.
Very well written.
Yeah.
Not a lot of monkeys this episode, and that pissed me off.
I want more monkeys.
I want more monkeys.
I agree.
I want more monkeys. I want to see those because.
Yeah. What was that scene when she after Porn Chai drops her off and she's sitting in the room and she hears something in the other room?
Dude, I thought it was going to be Gary. I thought it was going to be Gary or Greg, whatever his name is.
Greg. Yeah, we didn't even fucking use him to know his name.
Yeah.
Greg, Gary, whatever.
I was scared. I was like, oh, is he lurking?
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on there. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, and she even says, she's like, the fuck?
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually really like her character. I think
she's nice.
She's hilarious,
nice
though. She's very undertone. And he goes, okay, good night. She goes, oh, okay, good night.
Yeah.
It's very surprised.
I like her.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was funny.
Good.
So, all right. So, have our predictions for the end of the season changed at all?
I think for me, a little bit. I think Guy
really.
Talk was. I don't know what I said episode 1, to be honest with you. But,
Yeah, okay, that's fair. I think I don't see him shooting anybody. I don't see that happening. I think that the bodyguards of Sritara, I think that they may have had something to do with the jewel thievery.
I mean, probably, definitely.
Right?
I think the instructor, yoga instructor, the Russian guy, I think he was definitely involved too. Because he pulled up and then like it was that timing.
Oh.
He was definitely involved. That guy.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing. I think I said that in episode 1. I think it was interesting that they made note that he was from Russia. And I think I had said maybe there's some kind of Russian mob thing going on.
He definitely pulled up at the exact moment, like started talking with him when the guys came and the gate went up. Like
I swear to God, it's gonna piss me off if Bib falls, if Bib and the Russian end up getting together because she's a Trump supporter. I'm gonna be like, that's a little deep. Yeah. That's a little much for me. You know what I mean? I find that to be
I don't know.
I think they're pushing the other one though.
Yeah, number 3.
I know. Number 3. Number 3 is the Russian asset. Okay,
there might be tension between 1 and 3 with him. Like he might go with both of them. You know.
Ooh.
Because he said to both of them, "Oh, your levels are above average," but Bib, he was just like, "You're just average."
Bib was like, "You're normal."
And then this episode, he was like, they were 3 and 1 were the only ones like, "Oh, I'll sleep with them. I'll sleep with them."
Best moment again, the little minutia details. He's doing the Reiki energy thing. Yeah. She opens her eyes. He goes, "It's better if your eyes are closed." She goes, "Sorry."
Yeah.
She closed. I love moments like that.
That's just like a realistic thing. You know?
No, that's like why I like it.
Or even like the kid, Schwarzenegger's kid, like wherever it was, just doing a thing with his pecs. They just like, did you notice that?
Yes.
Just a very like a 2-second thing, but you're like a character like that's something he would do.
Of course it is. And it's and I think that's the brilliance.
Sister's like, what the fuck?
This is why this industry in general is so cool to me, because that could have been on take number 10. That little cutaway,
that little improv. He could have just thought of that, and then exactly. Like, that's good. Keep it in.
And the editor sees it, and like maybe it was his choice, maybe it was Mike White's choice, whatever. But I'm saying like it's little
stuff
RJ,
like that.
You and I know like there are so many moving components on a set that like, when you bring the footage and everything into editing, to remember, he did his pec movement there, we got to include that. Like, there's no way that was initially planned on set as a shot that was kept in the film. You know what I mean? Like, those little moments are artistic choices that get made in the edit. I think are amazing.
Very cool.
Yeah, cool stuff.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true.
Okay, I have one final question. So are we good on White Lotus? Because I got one little minor quick hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I said to RJ last week.
Yes.
Talk about this. Get out of my fucking swamp, kid. Have you seen the new...
Oh, are we talking about Shrek?
Have you seen the ridiculous butchering that they have done to Shrek, Donkey, and Fiona in the new Shrek 5 reboot? What was wrong with the original Shrek? Anybody?
Not good.
I'm playing devil's advocate here.
Fuck you, RJ. I'll fucking...
I gotta look at it again.
You want to make it to episode 100?
When was the last Shrek movie? 2007?
I don't care. It doesn't... It's
the
animation.
Technology's better.
It's animation, okay? It's fucking... They can make everything look exactly the same. It's not about better technology. It's not like they're trying to make them look more realistic, okay? CGI... But
I don't think he looks that different model-wise.
Get the fuck away from me,
like,
dude.
his nose is a little different, maybe.
Out of your mind.
And he's also supposed to be older.
That's it. You're fired. You're done. That's it. I hate it.
I think it was a big overreaction from anyone.
I think it was a complete waste of time. Complete waste of time to redo.
They changed in the last Puss in Boots movie that came out that I heard was really good. They changed the animation style a little, so I think they're trying to get it to match up more with that.
Good for them. For them. I hope it flops. Okay,
I don't think it's a huge deal.
They're ruining my
I
childhood.
think Fiona looks worse than him. I think she actually looks a lot different.
I mean,
Is Eddie Murphy coming back?
She looked bad ever since she transitioned.
Yeah, the whole cast is Cameron Diaz.
I'll watch
the
it.
green.
I think Zendaya is playing Shrek's daughter.
Yeah, blow me.
Eddie Murphy's. I'll give it a chance. I don't like the animation, but
I don't like the animation either. I think it was fucking horrible. I'm very disappointed.
It's my favorite animated movie ever.
It is my favorite animated movie ever.
Me too.
What?
Donkey.
The movie's not coming out until 2026 Christmas.
I mean, we'll be dead by then.
So they're probably
I'm not sticking around. So.
I'm sure they'll change the models if people are upset with them. You know, like
Sonic.
It'll be fun. Weirdly enough, I kind of got hyped. I don't think I realized that I was a big Shrek guy until I watched it. I'm kind of like, I'm there.
I think
I'm ready.
that Gotham air quality is really getting to him.
The fumes. The fumes.
Yeah. There you go.
Listen, Shrek is love. Shrek is life.
Yeah. Next.
Donkey.
He'll be from a Gotham tent city.
There you go.
He'll be in there saying, "No, it's just great out here. Everything's fine."
Yeah,
sure.
Fine out here.
Vote
I'll
blue.
be in the minority. I'll support Shrek 5.
He'll be fucking. Oh my god.
I'm making waffles.
It's not anymore. Not anymore. Now he's doesn't even look like a fucking donkey. Now he looks like a
donkey.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah. Sad stuff. It's the death of a great franchise.
It is a great franchise.
The thing I liked about Shrek was that it was kind of
like
adulty. It was a little. It didn't make
jokes for the adults,
but it also it was for kids. But it didn't make the kids out to be idiots. I feel like a lot of animated stuff, the newer animated stuff across the board, not the early 2000s. Like if you look at SpongeBob, right? First couple seasons of SpongeBob,
Elite.
They treated the kids like they were adults. Like they treated the audience as if it was just a normal person watching.
Early season SpongeBob. Elite.
Yes. And then they swap it, and all of a sudden, SpongeBob is a fucking idiot.
Yeah, they did. They turned that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, hard.
And they're doing the same thing. All these animated things, they keep making the audience out to be fucking stupid. Yeah. And I don't like that, dude.
Yeah.
But we don't know about this movie, though. Yeah, we haven't even seen
I'm telling you, I know. I can tell by the fucking animation. They have big eyes and the crazy, goofy fucking look, and they're all like, it's so dumb, dude. I can't stand it. And I think it undermines the intelligence of the audience, even the children. Seriously, it makes them feel dumb.
You know what, Nick? As the director of Shrek 5, I'm really upset by your comments.
Well, good. As the distributor, I'm canceling the deal.
There it is. Shelf it.
Shelve it. We'll put it in the vault.
Shelving. Yeah,
Shrek that's 5. It. It's done. Yeah, I thought Shrek 4 Ever After was supposed to be the last one. Why do we need a Shrek 5? How about you make something new, for fuck's sake? Yeah. Jesus Christ.
I'm a Shrek 1 and 2 guy. Those are the
I'm going to go have a fucking heart attack on the toilet now.
I'm
done. I'm like, fucking, after this episode, I'm like out of breath.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
that
was a lot. That was good.
That was a lot. That was episode 99 of the movie.
Hey, and next, come back triple digits next time.
Triple digits, third leg. How you doing?
Right. Oh,
well endowed.
Hey now.
Whoa. Come on, man.
There it
is.
There we go. Movie Mob premieres every Friday, 6 p.m. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a screaming moment of any of us here. Enjoy the Nick Williams show on Mondays. And Matt, you got anything else?
God bless.
There it is. RJ, take it away.
How you doing?